Grand Day. Welcome to Reaper Suburban Homestead. I'm your boy Reaper. Today is Wednesday, June 18th. Yeah. It is currently 74 degrees. The high today is supposed to be 88 and the low is supposed to be 74. There's a 40% chance of rain between like 4 and 6 today. It's been raining for a while. I have not been out streaming. Um, it's been raining. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to spray the garden. We have a bit of a powdery mildew issue on the squash because of all the rain. It may rain later on, but at this point, I have to do something before it gets out of control. I would like for a couple of days of no rain, but we don't seem to be getting there right now. So I'm going to have to go ahead and treat the garden with some baking soda and some black soap. But before we do that, Flipper Ripper, we are going to look at um, a ferment that we started last week on the 11th. That's pretty much a week ago, right? Peach vinegar. And so what we did was we made it. We made fermented plant extract (FPE) out of peaches, and we took the remains of the peaches and we added water to them. They already had brown sugar on them, and we can zoom nice and extra close. And we making vinegar. So all we have to do is stir it down. That's it. You saw how it was all the fruit was pushed up. The uh, the yeast are eating the sugar that was a part of this, and it's creating carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide got trapped under the solids. It pushed all the solids up. So we're gonna stir this every day until it stops. Until it stops fizzing up. It's smelling a bit alcoholish. All right, so that's what we did for that, and I'm going to get this rain back on here. It's getting slippery. All right, so I'm about to take this back in the house. I don't want this to get any sun, so we're gonna put this back in the pantry. Now every morning, when I'm streaming, we're gonna stir this down, and after a while, it'll start to become vinegar. Now, I could have added like a tablespoon of vinegar, of a finished vinegar, to it. That'd have made it faster. Made it work a little bit faster. Didn't really want to do that. My bad. I thought I had my light on. But it still works without this like that. All right, be back short. I'm gonna put this in the house, and then we'll get to mixing up some solution for the backpack sprayer. All right, we got this back. Grab this. Put y'all back in the couch for a minute. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna need about 4 gallons of water. That's what the sprayer holds. All right. I'm really tempted to try this one, but that's probably close. Here's a gallon right there. You know what? Let's try it out. We're gonna try this. We're gonna use this bucket. We're gonna assume that this is probably about 4 good gallons of water. So we're gonna rock with that. And then we're gonna grab some of this stuff. I'm gonna cop a squat right here. And we're gonna mix this up and get going. Hopefully we'll have some time as well to harvest some mint. We have some peppermint. And I don't think I got no prunes. We're gonna get some peppermint out the garden. It needs to be trimmed back. So we're gonna mix this up at a rate of a tablespoon a gallon. we should have about 4 gallons of water in here. So we're gonna rock with this. And all right. And then we're gonna mix this up. We're gonna use a tablespoon per gallon of African black soap. This is the emulsifier. This is what's going to help the baking soda solution stick to the leaves of the plant. Wait, I said emulsifier, a surfactant. I'm sorry. Let's see. We can keep y'all looking at what I'm supposed to be doing. All right. It's time to get some more black soap. I need to get more black soap. And I need to get some Castile soap too. We use man, is it Dr. Bronner's Castile soap? We usually like the peppermint scent. And that's because most insects don't like strong smelling stuff. My bad. Ah! Get you in the creeper, bro. Let me drop that off in the compost. I'm gonna need to get back in and do some maintenance, but these are rose bushes. They have thorns, of course, right? So we're gonna give this a good stir, 15, 30 seconds or so. We're gonna stir it clockwise, thinking positive thoughts. This is gonna be used to protect the garden, get rid of the powdery mildew, keep whatever diseases at bay. Give this just a good old stir. Oh yeah. Taking positive vibes from the universe and putting them in my solution. Hey yo, what's good? What's good? A and Z. Chilling, man. Out here trying to get this garden straight. All right, we gave that a good stir. Let's see. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna put y'all back up here, and I'm gonna go run and get some pruners, so I ain't gotta do that later. And then we're gonna get this up. We're gonna get this thing. Let's y'all look at something. I would say pretty, but and look at my little Cadota feed looking all naked in the back. Man, that thing had a good root system, and I let it dry out. The tips are still green, but no new leaves have popped out yet. We're gonna give it some time. This one here is a Beer's Black. Yeah. It wasn't looking too hot. All the ants were in the air layer, but it bounced back like a champ. Back shout. Let me get some mutes or something, because for somebody to be talking to me. All right, and all right. I'm back. Okay. Let's go ahead and get me some new prunes. to get me some new pruners. These were cool for the price, but you know what I'm saying? The problem is also the price. Oh, it ain't. It's the quality. Alright. So let's do this. Let's put these in the belt. And then what we gonna do? Let's just move this stuff out here and open a little bit. Out there in the ocean, in the open. Flipper ripper. We're going to rotate that down. We're gonna see if we can get this done without too big of a mess. How's it going? How's the weather been where you guys have been lately? In the city, it's been pretty rainy. How close are you actually to the ground? You might be a little shot. Well, we were almost spot on, people. You know what? Let's. Yes, I'm hard to run just a little bit more for the road. Cap it on up. Top it on off. Bam, that's it. Alright. Just in case I spilled any water on the side that touches my bike. I don't want my back to be hit. This thing's already hit. And the straps are not that comfortable. I'm gonna stop complaining. Because at least I can do this now. Alright. Got that going. Get this topped off. We'll get this thing loaded up. And anything I need to take in the house beforehand. Let's do this. I'm gonna get this loaded up, then I'll put y'all in the pouch. Head. That turn. Get the thing pulled tight. Let's get this. Can I get this? Pull too tight. Ooh, Slender Man. All right. Let's get this flipper ripper. And then put y'all in the pouch. We have the spray on the back. I think y'all gonna have to just walk around with me. I think. We'll take this stand. And we'll take this bowl. We're gonna head out to the garden. Oh man, the weather came through. Look. Can I show y'all? Look at my tree. What is it? You see it's leaning? We got a quote on it. We're trying to wait on some people to get 2 more quotes. And we're gonna see what we can get done about this. Would say I'm sad, I'm lying. Just wish all them pine trees would fall on top of each other and land in the middle of the yard. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. We're gonna put that there, put the stand here. And can I get y'all guys from looking at the ground? Let's see if I can adjust this. All right. This is gonna kind of suck, cause. All right, we're gonna head over here. We're gonna show you guys the problem we're having. Can you see it? Oh, it's kind of. Let me block the sun a little bit. See that? All them white spots? Powdery mildew. That comes from all this moisture that we've been having. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray this. Spread the top sides, bottom sides of this squash and zucchini with the solution we mixed up: baking soda, dishwashing liquid, water. See if we can get a control of this, get some control on this. Cause it's not gonna stop raining, it seems. So we're gonna have to go ahead and address it. We planted some okra a couple days ago and some marigolds. They're looking pretty good. Planted some cosmos yesterday. I pulled back this bergamot a bit, just ripped it out. We're gonna confine her to 1 square foot, like we do this oregano. Every year we pull it back to 1 square foot, and she does her thing. All right, so we ain't gonna spend too much time on that, but the squash, zucchini, and grapes. We're definitely going to attack the spray. The grapes I need a fungicide. I have not taken the time to find one that's organic to use. So I haven't. So I think that whatever that fungus is causing this to my grapes. So whenever I see this, I put that there and I end up burning it. I don't compost anything that I suspect of having some possible disease or something like that. We don't mess with those. But we are going to continue to train this grape to go along this fence. Yeah. All right. Now that that's done. Oh man, look at this cleary sage. It is huge, especially when you compare it to, you guys saw the first one, the one in the front yard. That's in a bucket. We got more ginger popping up. Purple cornflower, echinacea looking pretty good. The lavender is still alive. I couldn't believe it. All right, let's go ahead and get started with this. Give it a good soaking. That's all. You want to see it drip. Now, the way this is supposed to work is the baking soda is really basic. It should raise the pH of the leaf surface. And then most living organisms, a bacteria. Is this a bacteria? They require certain pH. Fungus, I think. They require a certain pH in order to thrive. So the baking soda is going to raise that pH. So the thought is, it won't be able to survive in a pH outside, in a pH range outside what it's supposed to. We got some leek. These are the seeds of a leek. They're starting to plump up. So I'm gonna put that bag on there so we can catch it. I would complain. I want to complain about this powdery mildew. But let's be for real. I mean, like, if I can't spray the garden, if I can't spray the garden, it's because it's raining. Like, expect on anything that's susceptible to powdery mildew, squash, zucchini, that bergamot seems had an issue at one point. Expect to get some issues. Expect to have some issues with powdery mildew. Those conditions are perfect for powdery mildew. Humid, warm, wet, perfect breeding ground for this stuff. just keep on moving along here. We seem to be replacing the squash in the garden with okra. So we'll have some okra ready pretty soon. We finally got a few tomatoes to grow. And one of the cherry heirloom tomatoes that we have is starting to put off actual little cherries. Some of the other ones are starting to put off flowers. Same thing with our peppers. We have peppers now: bell pepper, cayenne, jalapeno, poblano, Anaheim, and serrano, I think. And they are now starting to put off flowers. Oh, look at that. We got a nice little zucchini growing right there. Should be another one on this one. Can you see? Look, no, it's back behind. It's not focusing. It's not focusing. Got Malabar spinach growing everywhere. I dig it. Those leaves are pretty good, I must say. But they are like the green version of okra. They become mucilaginous as you chew them. The bigger ones more so than the smaller ones. But it still kind of happens. It's not bad though. I must say it's not bad. Just expect it to happen. I can imagine what would have happened to them if you cook them. Imagine like the same thing that happened if you boil okra. All right. Let's move along. All right, one bed down. We also planted okra in this bed. One right here. We have one right there. Then we have some okra right there. And there's one more on the other side. We'll see that when we make it to it. And we have some cosmos and some zinnia. I'm sorry, marigolds and zinnia growing here. All right, they're taking care of y'all. We're gonna get them nasty bugs off y'all. We're gonna get them nasty funguses off y'all. All right, moving on along. Getting this garden treated for some powdery mildew. We got some more little squash down there. I would try to lean down and grab it, but it's gonna make my phone turn sideways and it's gonna start complaining. All right, I'm gonna take this grape here, and we're gonna do it like that. Let me get that thing. Just gonna treat this thing too. Not a wind blowing at me, because why not? This is a cucumber growing in here. We're gonna go ahead and spray this cucumber too, because cucumbers are known to be susceptible to powdery mildew. So we're gonna let that. And that cucumber's volunteer, as well as this looks like a melon, honeydew, cantaloupe, something like that. We got some okra. This okra probably gonna be okay. This is another kind of okra I think it's all okra kind of originated in Africa. I can't remember the name of this one, but they call it tree okra. I think it gets pretty tall. So we're gonna see how that one does. Hopefully we get at least a pod, right? So we can grow some more. Right. Don't really see much powdery mildew on this one, but because it's living next to some infected neighbors, we're gonna go ahead and treat this as well. All right. Get that that's that last little okra looking pretty good. All right, we get y'all too. The undersize. Try to get it from all angles. All right, moving on along. Look at here, we got some breakfast out here. Look at this. Somebody come help. Somebody look. Got a little break fast. We're gonna go ahead and take that. Thank the creator for it. Move on along. Oh, my bad, B. I'm sorry. Y'all working and I'm bothering y'all. Let me move on along. Y'all don't get mad and sting me. Bothering y'all. Y'all trying to work. Yeah, the squash and zucchini are kind of playing out. They had a good run. They've been in the garden since, like, not all of them, but that first bed we went to, we put them out in March. And so they put out for a while. Squash fine boys kind of keeping that at check, I think. We've lost some plants to it now. But like this one of them is split open. It's in this bed. Let's go show y'all. You see what that damage look like. Yeah, this one right here. Let's zoom in on this. See that right there? That's all damage from a squash vine boy. They get in there, eat inside the stem, work their way up and down the plant. And it usually splits the plant open. And that's what happened with that one. Now, the only reason I hadn't cut this one down is because the plant itself has not started to show signs of issues. What happened is, when the squash vine will start to kill the plant, what happens is the leaves will start to wilt, kind of like this. Does that mean that a squash vine boy has gotten into it and messed with this leaf? Possible. But it'll start to wilt. The rest of the plant will look good, and then just certain parts of it will start to look bad. And that's kind of that's your indicator for, something's going on. There's a fly in the buttermilk. All right. Got that one. Let's work our way on this way. Some banana mint down up in here. I probably should have ate some before I sprayed it though. That stuff tastes like banana now and later without the sugar. I will say it's weird. It's pretty enjoyable, honestly. I hope everybody's having a lovely morning. Grand day to everybody. I said grand day to somebody. They said, oh no, not the old man greedy. I said, I guess so. I'm officially old. That's funny. We got some grapes growing in here. I actually tried to compost some grape sticks, and the sticks weren't dead. So now we have grapes growing in this bed. I actually cut them back to the ground last year, and they regrew. So I think this year we're gonna try to keep them and try to put like an archway between this fence and this bed to grow these grapes. That tomato probably won't be under here much longer. Or tomatoes. I guess it depends on the amount of shade. We'll see. Let's see if we can get up under here. Some kind of degree. I need to do it next. And I always try to reach over. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't get to this side of the plant from the other side. So pump it. Alright, moving on along. My bad, bees. Y'all working and I'm just up here messing with y'all. Y'all ain't even on straight. Ooh, we almost done. Almost done. Oh man, we got a squash that's ready to Looky, Linda, looky. Can't wait. You know what, man? I'm not even gonna worry about trying to twist this off. I got some whole little prunes in my fingers that I can use. We are going to. Can we get this on camera or something? Big. We're gonna put this up here out the way. And we're gonna continue to move around. Put that there. Try to get these little cheap prunes closed. There we go. And we're gonna pick up where we left off. All right, we're gonna check this again. My thoughts are, if we treat this, I don't know, I'm thinking every other day to see, can we know, to see if we can notice any discernible decrease in the amount of powdery mildew we see. All right, move on to the next bed. See, look at this mint. So I gotta get all this mint out of here. Now I don't mind spraying this bed because, like I said, it's just baking soda, soap, and water. And before I dry this mint, we're gonna wash it. So it already has soap on it. And the baking soda we actually use to clean our veggies too. Baking soda and vinegar we use to clean our veggies. We use that as kind of a soak. Got some onion seeds. Probably need to collect some of these onion seeds. So, oh, here go one right here. Black. Can you see that? That's what an onion seed looks like. Came right out of that little head. All right, let's get this. There's another couple little squashes in here too. One right there. That's some lettuce. It's starting to bolt. My bad, B. My bad. My B bad. My bad, B. My BB. Grab these different angles. Hit these different angles. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and mosey on round chum. Oh yeah, I forgot I did have another cage, huh? We're gonna probably take this tomato cage and put it over there in the peppers. With the pepperless. Let the pepperless do their thing. Alright. We're gonna call that fair. We're gonna head on out to the outer rim and spray the grapes. These peppers are looking good. These are bell pepper, different color bell peppers. And then we have a serrano pepper. This is a tam jalapeno. This is a poblano. These two are cayenne. These two are Anaheim. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna also try propagating some peppers. Like, they have little suckers that grow like tomatoes. I'm gonna try to pop them off and see what they grow like. Why? Because why not? We'll go ahead and get these a spray too. We here. I mean, they. What am I trying to say? Peppers can get powdery mildew. These aren't showing any signs. Oh, look at this. This right here is a holy basil. This thing here is huge. It was growing right next to this. I laid it down, buried part of the stem in the soil. And it seemed to have liked that. All right. Like I said, we're gonna walk around to make sure we get the other sides. All the sides. All the sides. All right. Whew. Let's walk on down out to the outer rim. Let's go holler at Miss Ducky. See what Miss Ducky doing. See how she live. Man, I hope the other two tree guys are able to give me a call, come out and give us a quote on these trees. Heart-wrenching. Hey, Miss Ducky. How you doing, mommy? I'm gonna Miss Ducky. Can we see you? Can we get a? It's kind of hard. Her head is facing away from me. Miss Ducky, you gonna turn and say hey to the camera? No? That's cool. Can't really see her. She over there though. She over there. Miss Ducky says it must be outside. Look at this mulberry tree. Seems to be growing pretty good. Alright, sunflowers are sunflowering. Like my little sunflower patch. And look at that one right there. Look how tall that thing is. That's probably, I know that has to be at least 10 feet. The fence is about 6. It looks like about another 4 feet above the fence. Lucky Linda. Okay, let's spray these grapes and get to harvesting some mint. All right. Get these aphids off the growing tips. Aphids love to kind of stay on the growing tips of the grapes I've seen. Tops and bottoms. Get off my looking at some, man, what are them orange bugs called? Not assassin bugs, they look like squash bugs, I think. I think they the nymph of either the nymph of a squash bug or a plant border bug. See, look at this. This is the issue I have with the grapes. I keep getting these spots on them. And I think that's because I don't use a fungicide in the spring when they start to flower. I think that's supposed to help with that. Because I don't, I have to deal with losing grapes to this. So I think this is gonna be the last year though. We're gonna see. I've been trying to use an organic method with the baking soda in the water, just trying to keep the pH thrown off to see if that works. Yeah. I can't say it hasn't, but I can't say it has. Oh, look. I've been looking for sunflowers that weren't yellow because we planted a bunch of them. Like the first year, last year, each one of these tags that you see attached to the fence is a different kind of sunflower. And we planted 2 kinds per little 7-foot section of fence. Now, when I harvested them, I didn't delineate them. So there's all kind of sunflowers out here. Mammoths, giant, what is it, Russian mammoth, sunspots, some dwarfs, some evening sun, and I see one that's red down there. Let's see if we can get you guys to see it. See that? You zoom, that's the best you can do. And it's facing the other way. Can't really see that, man. And I ain't finna squeeze down there with this backpack on. I'm not. All right. We're gonna get these on the side of these leaves. I know I said it's best to do it from both sides. It is. But I don't wanna be walking on the other side with this backpack on. I don't want it. So I'm not gonna. I try to do the best I can from this side. All right here, and all right here. Just about done. Pretty soon I'm gonna get this grape thing right. I'm still figuring it out about how to prune grapes. I mean, I would say I got it right somewhat, but this just kind of happened. I'm gonna be for real. Now I'm trying to repeat it on purpose. This grape here, all ate up. Somebody been eating on you, baby. I finally got a red sunflower though. I'm stoked, baby. I'm stoked. I really want to know what color this one's going to be with these purple stems. So we got a multi-headed yellow one laying on it, but this one is starting to get tall. Seems to be multi-headed. I just want to know, is it going to be a different color? All right, that's it. That's all I came out here to do. Try to get these other sides the best of my ability from this side. Get up under here. All right. Got another bad leaf. Leaf looks bad. We're gonna go on and let it bad. Drop it in there. We're gonna just toss it over the fence. Get it out the garden. It's biodegradable. I guess they call it littering. Look at these sunny little bitty bees in there sunflower. They're so little. They're so little. All right. Cool. We probably got like 20 minutes left. Man, y'all so pretty. We're gonna probably take some sunflowers to the market. So sell them as cut flowers. Some of these heads, as they get ready, we'll take them to. Now I'm starting to see, that's the squash-footed bug. That's what those are. Them oranges are squash-footed bug nymphs on this leaf. And y'all probably can't see it from there, but we're gonna go ahead and spray it. Look at that. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Get off my plant. Get off my plant. I know y'all probably can't see all that. Let's see if we can make this. Where's the one I'm looking at? Too short to find it. Oh, this is it right there. Can y'all see that? Probably not. I'm not sure what they do on the plant. Get off. Get off. Get off. And honestly, that's the only one I've seen them on this year. Maybe it has something to do with the seeds and he messing with the seeds. Because that one is almost ready. The back of it is starting to turn yellow. When the back of it starts to turn yellow, the head is pretty much finishing up, drying up. I try to let them dry on the plant. But if the squirrel and the birds disagree, we move it. We go to figs. This fig here has a few figs on it. Not bad. This new Cadota fig has one fig on it. I don't know how to tell when this green fig get ready. So we just keep an eye on it. Just dealing with some rust. So the leaves starting to fall off. That happens. Especially, it happens in the south. First of all, usually all that happens is put some more, they'll grow some more leaves. Give it a good little shot of fertilizer. In my case, it'd be compost. Look at these blackberries. They blackberrying. They are blackberrying. What y'all doing, fellas? Any of y'all ready? This is how I tell if they're ready. Just shake your bag. And if they're ready, they fall off in the bag. Not quite ready. It's a lot of berries on here. You mean tell me all these berries on here ain't not one ready? Stop it. Yep, I'm gonna get this one though. Yep. I'm not gonna eat that one though. Sweet and tart, baby. Like a blackberry, baby. All right. We are done with the spraying portion of this. That's cool. So what we're gonna do is, hey Miss Dougie, what are we going to do? We're going to drop this spray off. I'll probably spray some more stuff today since I mixed up 4 gallons of this solution. Just so we can utilize it. You know what? No. I think what I'm gonna do is keep this in the shade. Probably move this to the garage. And then use it tomorrow to water, to spray again. I might not wait a couple of days in between. Let's see if I can get this thing undone. Yup. My bad, people. My bad, people. Got y'all here, well. All right, let's go on back out here. Let's harvest some of this meat. Some of this meat. Got a nice big squish. Nice squash. All right, let's grab some of this mint. And we're gonna cut this mint down to the grizzle. Because it's overgrown. Look at this mint. Look how tall it is. Don't want those plums. Let's use those plums. Alright. And we're going to sit our rear ends. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm ants. I'm some ants. Move this. Who needs some stabilization? You're gonna put this on. Now, honestly, be for real. You should, if you're gonna cage your tomatoes or peppers or whatever, you should cage them when you transplant while they're small. You know what I'm saying? Because these are still rather small though, so it's easier to get the cage over. Another couple of weeks though, no dice. All right. Oh, let me sit down. try to sit down and get this. And this ain't nothing special. Like, we just pulling it and just cutting it close to the ground. I mean, I'm treating it like grass. It'll grow back. Never had a knot so far. All right, we're gonna go get the camera stand. I love to get y'all up close, but as I lean and move, it's rotating the orientation of the camera, and it's yapping about it and playing. I don't like it. Stop doing it. All right, flipper ripper. We're gonna flip this thing. We're gonna try to give y'all a good vantage point. We're gonna go to work. I'm gonna try not to get bit by all these ants. We can see how they glare at that sun a little too much. My bad. I know I got y'all. Maybe if I put y'all. Maybe if I. Maybe. Let's go a little bit higher now. Maybe. Let's try it up again. Get off me, boo. Alright, let's watch this bed. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of that. We gonna see how it goes. Like I said, all I'm doing is just pretty much cutting this down too. I need to harvest plants. I need a break. Some sunlight and some water. I take this man in the house and wash it up. Try it. Just to dry all this. Honestly, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to let you make it seem like you. Yeah. You got this expected, right? No, come down here. I'm sitting right here. That long. That's right here. Some plants. Messing with the mics. My finger. Biting lane. Charlie big lane. also gonna be time to we got some rabbit, some other animals. Make some compost tea out of it. Let's see how that goes. So they had that compost analyzed and had empty pages. It was like 1 point something, 1.9 something, 1 point something. For the three numbers, I like it. What I have waiting. So we're gonna collect some compost from these worm towers. Some of these bags. That's some compost bags. To make some compost too. Alright, kids, let's get me how move to the other side. Burly. Burly boy. Burly. Let's just rotate it like that there. Alright. We'll get this other side turned up. Should have bought a bigger boat. Not paying attention to the chat. Yo, late but you made it. That's what's up, Panda. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Hopefully this is some good shit to while riding to work. It's the track. Stop buzzing around me, boo. All right, one more time, dude. I want to become an apiary and raise bees. I'm gonna be for real. Buzzing sounds, oh hell, that ain't my existence. I'm wondering if it's gonna become a love type thing. Like, you know, after doing it for so long, I start to want the sound of bees buzzing. I wonder if it's gonna change the fact that I still don't like to get flies and mosquitoes. You are truly treating this like grass, cutting it down really low. I was suspected to kill it, I just expected it to take longer to go back. That's the plan anyway. Just for it to take longer to go back. Get the plants a little breathing room. But all about these ants again. Trying to get bit by ants and turn YouTube into the only thing. Let's see if we can get these things put up. Alright. Big got a haircut. We got some more mint. Flipper Ripper. Big got a nice little haircut. We got a ton of mint now. So we're gonna take this mint in the house, clean it up, dry it in the dehydrator. Part of it in the oven, I'm sure. We can let's look in here, this worm towel. Let's see what we got. I dumped some grass in there the other day. Oh yeah, compost, baby. We got finished compost. And I understand all this was just plant material, just like them leaves and stuff that I threw in here. And that's what it smells so good. Oh my God. Well, if you ever smell like the black soil that be underneath leaves and like a forest or the woods, that's what it smells like. Okay, all right. Now let me put y'all in my little pouch. Kangaroo y'all for a minute. Now this is what I've been using as a humidity dome for some blackberries and some mulberries. Same thing as under here. Whew. See the ones up under there, they ain't doing too hot. The mulberry, let me take y'all over here. This mulberry here and here, this one seems to be doing well, and this one seems to still be alive. The blackberries though, they ain't do too hot. See how they looking? But the ones I put under that aquarium done kept the humidity up. They look different. Same with this mulberry. So I think I'm gonna come up with a way to create a humidity chamber to propagate these things. You know, an aquarium is great, but this requires takes up a lot of space in each of these cups too. So I'm thinking about kind of like a Rubbermaid tote, plastic tote situation with like a top that flips and locks on it. That maybe about a foot tall, where I can fill the bottom part with sand, and then I can stick the cuttings in there closer, and then flip the top on it and keep it somewhere where it just need light, not direct sun. Does this spot here get some direct sun? Probably. Not a lot. We're gonna put this humidity dome back on top of there. I think that's gonna be my answer to propagating outside of the normal times. Because blackberries and mulberries and things like that, they suggest that you propagate in the winter when they're dormant. Now the only thing is, that's cool. One, we don't have a greenhouse, so in order for me to have something to sell in spring when people trying to plant these, I kind of like starting mid-late summer, if at all possible. There we go. Oh, we have hit that hour mark, baby. We have finished up. Well, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys through what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day, off and on when I have some time. This is what I know I'm going to do. All right, we've harvested mint, right? So that's cool. We're going to pull this bergamot back. I don't think we're going to use the bergamot for anything. It hasn't given us any flowers yet, and I'm not really too keen on the smell of it, honestly. And I don't really want to put it in my tea. But I tell you what, I'm gonna go consult my herb encyclopedia to see what health benefits bergamot has, because it may be that it has some medicinal benefits to be used as a tea that may be worth us using. And other than that, I'm gonna consolidate this to back to 1 square foot, and we're gonna move forward. So I'm gonna do that today. Man. You know what? I'm gonna have to harvest this oregano at a different time because it's gonna take us a while, probably a day or two, to process all that mint. Um, I wouldn't have anywhere else. I'd rather leave it on the plant and keep it fresh than to just cut it off and let it sit waiting to be harvested. I mean, to be dried. So, so what? Oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back out here and do some more cleanup. Like I'm cutting off these yellowing leaves of this zucchini plant. So that's what I'm gonna come back out here and do. I think there's still some right here. It teased that way. So that's what I'm gonna do today. It's just gonna be garden cleanup, man. Just trying to survive with all this rain that we've gotten lately. Like I sprayed the garden for powdery mildew. I'm gonna be for real. Considering I had some left, I'm gonna spray it again tomorrow. And then hopefully so tomorrow be Thursday. Hopefully it'll be starting to leave by the time we get more rain. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, we're gonna grab that squash and that bowl of mint. And we're gonna check over here, because over here we got stuff planted too. Oh man, we got some mullein down up in here that's surviving. It's hanging in there barely. They look like dog fennel. I don't know what these are. Not supposed to be there. And then we have chocolate mint on this side. It's all the green. And then there's some strawberries in there as well. Somebody asked us how you make chocolate strawberries. I said, stop it. Stop it. All right, let me get up off this thing. We'll head back in the house. All right, appreciate everybody for showing up, spending some time with your boy. It's highly, greatly appreciated. We're gonna try to get back on track with streaming during the weekdays, possibly on some weekends. Now that this weather seems to have kind of, as the weather pushes out, we're gonna stream more frequently. So, you know how this goes, right? Bam, bam, bam. And you learn these angles and stuff. Create more than you consume. And you don't have to suck at this, because I do. You have a good one, all right? Peace.